Hello there, all you crypto fans. It's Guy's cousin Barry here. Right, now, I know you were hoping to see Guy talk about crypto and all that sort of nonsense, but he's not feeling too well today, poor little thing. He's a bit of a delicate flower, this guy. So I said, don't worry, old fella, I'll fill in. I've got a camera down here at the Dog and Duck in Southend. I can set it up and I'll just go with it. Be honest, he wasn't all that keen, but, you know, he hasn't got a choice, has he? So here I am. Right, okay. Going to go through a few crypto headlines first. You've probably seen a few of these over the past week or so. Got this one first. MicroStrategy's Bitcoin wallet stuck in tree after being stolen by giant owl. Yeah, you probably read about all this. All them Bitcoins, right, on this hardware wallet, and they can't get it because this owl's mugged them. Right. I've got to say, Crypto Security 101. All right, you got your Bitcoins on your hardware wallet. That's great. Don't take your wallet out for a walk with you. Leave it in the safe or whatever. You know, you never know who's around. Like a giant owl, an angry seagull, a rampaging mountain gorilla. You never know. So I've got no sympathy for them wallies at MicroStrategy. What are you doing wandering about with your wallet anyway? Mugs. Okay. Next headlines, this one, you probably saw this. This was all over the mainstream media as well. Elon Musk changed his name to Shitcoin Peddler, quote, just for the lulz. Right, we all know what he's going to do. He's going to wait for Dogecoin to pump a bit, then he's going to change it back, right? Don't get your panties in a twist about it. It's just Elon being Elon, isn't it? Got to love him for it. Okay, next one. UK Chancellor pledges country will begin settling all natural gas import trades using EOS from early next year. Well, I'm glad they finally find a use for EOS, right? About time, eh? And then this one was a crypto media one as well. XRP Army announces purchase of 12 tanks from North Korea. Quote, maybe now people will believe we're a real army. Yeah, it's funny you should say that actually, because a mate of mine down in Colchester, right, a couple of weeks ago, he sold an old attack helicopter to the Link Marines, right? Now, obviously, they wanted to pay in crypto, they wanted to pay in Link. He was having none of it, only cash. They were a bit miffed, but, you know, swings and roundabouts, eh? Okay, right, that's the crypto headlines out of the way. Now I've got a special treat for you. The other day, right, I went round to Michael Saylor's gaff in Florida. I tell you what, I've never seen anything like it. Old thing built of marble, gold everywhere, all them Bitcoin symbols around. Lovely place, really, really tastefully done. Anyhow, I wanted to talk to Michael about Bitcoin, yeah, all that sort of crap. So I just pitched up there and he was good enough to sit down and talk with me for a while. So here are a few clips from our conversation, right? Mike, good to see you, mate. I've got to say, you're looking a bit trim these days. What's your diet like at the moment?
3 hamburgers a week.
Okay, paleo, like it. All right, next question. I want to talk about Bitcoin now. How often do you visit that 300-foot shrine you've had built to Satoshi, what's his name, in your back garden there?
Every 4 hours.
Fair enough. All right, now, when I got here earlier, I saw some lads digging up the back lawn there, speaking of the garden. How are they getting on?
They found 13 prehistoric castles buried one under the other.
Blimey, bet you didn't see that one coming.
I was shocked. I couldn't believe it.
Right, now, you're an expert on this sort of thing, Michael. Is that a taxable event?
The IRS designated it as property and gave it property tax treatment. Okay, so...
Geez, Mikey, I'm sorry to hear that, mate. That is a real bummer. Anyhow, good job you're sitting on all them Bitcoins, eh? Anyway, thanks for talking to me today, mate. Really appreciate it. Next time you're in Southend, give me a tinkle. We'll go have some beers on me. All right.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
Right, and that was a clip from my interview with Michael Saylor, what I did recently. Now, I'll put the whole thing on the YouTube at some point, I don't know, whenever I get round to it, and you can all have a butcher's then. But I want to say a big thank you to Michael for sitting down with me, because he doesn't really talk about Bitcoin all that much. He's a bit of a shy and retiring type, is old Michael, so I really appreciate him taking the time. Okay, right, moving on. It's time to do a bit of technical analysis, a bit of the old P&A, because I've noticed some pretty interesting things on the daily charts for some of the top dog coins out there. So, right, pay attention and remember, none of this is financial advice, all right? Okay, so here we are. Right, we're having a look at 3 dog coins. We're going to look at SHIB USD, Floki USDT and Kishu USDT as well. 3 of my very favourite doggy coins, and believe me, I've found some interesting malarkeys going on their charts right here. Okay, here's SHIB USD first. All right, now we're focusing right in this area here. Now this is what is known in the trade as a frog's pocket. All right, now when you get a frog's pocket, the great thing about that is it's then very easy to predict the future price action from then onwards. Right, let me just show you what I mean by that. Okay, so you've got a frog's head in there, right? You draw a trend line right across, level with the frog's eyes, okay, just in a straight line, and you'll notice only there does the price actually push above that trend line. Now, that will continue on for days, probably weeks at a time, right? Until basically we get some sort of drought and the frog dies, and then all bets are off, okay? So that's SHIB USD, something to look out for there. Don't expect too much in the way of price action until we can get rid of that frog's head. All right, moving on to Floki USDT. Now, Floki, lovely little doggy coin here. Right, now, I've spotted something pretty disturbing here, and this is something, trust me, you do not want to see on a chart, okay, on any sort of chart. Right, when you get an eye peak like this, right, this one here, and another one down there. Now, if we were to draw a trend line between those two, right, something very disturbing happens. Now, believe me, I see this more often than you care to imagine, okay? This is a real problem. So if you put that trend line in, this happens, right? You get a bloody great big bird from Sesame Street. He's stuck in there, okay? Now, trust me, the absolute last thing you want trading is to get a stuck big bird, okay? Because they are very, very difficult to get rid of. Basically, that means it's going to be impossible trading conditions from then on, okay? So you're just going to have to move on. You're going to have to give it plenty of time. Get past that big bird, because that is just going to make trading an absolute nightmare, okay? So bear that in mind as well. Real problem, that. And finally, so it's not looking too good for Floki USDT, if you ask me, because of that muppet right there. Okay, and let's have a final look at this. This is Kishu Inu USDT. Kishu Inu, oh, got absolute beauty of a dog coin there. Really, really doggy. Real pedigree chum, innit? Okay, now, again, this is looking at year-to-date on Kishu. Now, I do not like the look of this one bit. Do we know what this is called? Anyone hands up if you want to guess? This is called the Devil's Staircase. All right, we just draw it in there. Right, now, once you get to the bottom of the staircase, you've got to be very, very careful, because if you trip on the way down, basically you've got these two just waiting to put your eyes out, okay? Nasty little spikes at the end there. So if you come tumbling down that staircase, boom, son, you are in a lot of trouble. So, a little bit of bullish stuff, but mostly bearish stuff to look out for on the dog coins over the next few days. Just be careful with that when you're trying to trade these. Very, very volatile. Lovely little coins, of course, though. So, get stuck in if you've got the balls for it. Absolutely. All right, that's your lot. Right, that's about it for the old TNA. And do you know what? That's about it from me as well. I've got a right old first on, and I've got stuff to be doing. Places to go, people to see, all that sort of malarkey. Now, if you enjoyed this lot, do the old like and subscribe down below. Because if you don't, then guess who's going to be back next time? Yeah, boring old guy, giving it all that about crypto again, DCA, all that, don't trade with leverage. Right, so maybe I'll see you again, maybe not. But you know what? It's been a pleasure. Cheers. Yes, please, darling, same again.